so excited. Are you? Very excited. I'm very excited about these uniforms Chicago has.
Yes.
Oh, they're beautiful. Yeah. Matching underwear around me too. I'm gonna put them into Looking forward to this match?
Oh, very much so. Very, very much so. Excited to be here with you, Ryan, actually. It's 2021, right? This year?
Just go with it.
Yeah, what year it is.
Carries the pirate look like you. Yeah, I saw a few highlights. See the guys running outside the door. That's the A. Oh, yeah. Not near more. No. But it's fine. Looks like it's like easy to get started. Yeah, it's hard to get
Do you win the serve, Leon? Very tactical.
Get the server right on the tablet.
Yeah. It's not my first rodeo.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
How's married life, Leon?
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you and Helen got married yet?
Yeah. How is Helen?
About the same time. She's well. I'm staying with her.
Oh, yeah? Nice. Yeah.
Improves their dog.
Yeah. That's right. French,
Yeah.
golden fingers. Yeah.
What is that?
All right.
Okay. Okay, welcome to the 2021 National League doubles portion, where we have receiving for Chicago, Steve Virgona and Connor Medlow. Serving for Tuxedo, we have Leon Smart and Tim Chisholm. Gents, first to 8 games. 1 advantage, then 40 all, apart from if it gets to 7 all. When you're ready, love all, play.
Good morning. I'm Ken Fortin, your commentator, coming to you from the Tennis and Racket Club, beautiful Boston, Massachusetts. I'm lucky enough to be joined by 2 folks today. Matt Mitchell, president of the club here.
Good morning, Ken.
How you doing, Matt?
Excellent.
Good. And Tony Hollins, our head pro or director of all things racketish.
That's the formal title, yeah.
At the TNR. And the evil genius who came up with this 5-day format. I know it looks like it's taking its toll on a couple of the players. I know the first match was rough for Steve Virgona. Someone mentioned that he, no matter what happened, he was hoping Cam would not be his first match, and of course, luck of the draw,
1 game to love.
he was. Ryan's giving me some not so happy looks. So, oh, we're having trouble with levels. Who knows? All right. So, I see Steve is back, though, after Josh Dodgson. Closer? Yeah, okay. He's going to text me. Okay. This is what happens when you have a professional amateur production. I am going to encourage everybody to comment in the chat. Let us know where you're viewing from. I saw New York. I saw Tuxedo. I saw Denver. Any UK or French viewers? I'm also looking for Australians. This is off to a heck of a start here.
The point. Hectic.
30-15.
Yeah, I don't know how many double left-handed teams you see. Connor and Virgona both
30 all.
as lefties.
That's right.
I was trying to think of other combinations.
What if we had an all lefty doubles match?
Right, get Cam and Stout out there.
That would be absolutely something. I sometimes wonder what a doubles pairing of Cam and James Stout would be like. It'd certainly be amusing.
A lot of balls would come back, I can tell you that.
Absolutely, no question. First
doubles
match with Leon and Tim. I was commenting that I don't see Tim smiling as much as when he plays with Camden. Of course, Tim is used to just letting a number of balls just whiz right by him, and Cam is seemingly magically there, ready to pounce.
Yeah, I've already seen a couple of the kind of Cam Tim style flowy movements, with Tim actually playing kind of up on the main wall side, Leon dropping back, and then the ball that gets around Tim, Leon's kind of picked up a couple. A little bit more unorthodox.
I'm sure their communication is going to improve over time, because I don't believe they've ever played together in a tournament.
No,
is that right?
Don't think so.
Oh, very nice. Tucked it right in there.
2 games still up. Service lead.
Matt, you were telling us in the last match a bit about how TNR has been faring compared to maybe some of the other clubs. Give us a quick recap of that.
Well, as I mentioned this morning, we've been very lucky to maintain our membership throughout the pandemic, including during periods where we were shut down by government mandate. And, throughout the period, the membership was really stayed in communication, was supportive of each other and supportive of the community. And that's carried into periods where we've been able to open sort of in limited play, and then slowly over the last few months expand operations until presently we are still under sort of basic safety standards, but all of the core functions of the club are now in place, and the actual last element of this will be the reopening of the members bar, which will be which I think will come with some happiness from the members, and that's scheduled towards the end of the month, assuming.
Yes, I participated early on in the beer garden back in the parking lot. Very early on, it was just Paul Bolster and me after a tennis match.
Yes, so
The beer garden has proved very popular, so
Yep.
we're going to make that a permanent addition
Oh, great.
to the club. But that allowed us, there was some creative legal analysis by several of the lawyers in the club that we were able to obtain that license and offer that bit of respite and community to the members.
Everybody hates lawyers until they come up with a great solution like that.
So
All right, Tony, you are our pro, and these are pros out here.
Correct. Correct. You've got a good eye.
Thank you very much. That's why they called me to do this. My grasp of the obvious. What do you think is going through their heads right now? I know that's a typical question, but I wonder if any of the sort of boss-employee dynamics are entering their minds out there.
I don't think so too much. I think once the competitive juices get flowing, I think you're so focused on what you're doing out there. But like you kind of mentioned earlier, I don't know how much both these pairs have kind of played with each other. So they're probably figuring out their movements and shot selection.
Yep. So many injuries out there on court. Tim is still sort of coming back from two knee replacements. I understand he had them about 6 months apart. He's calling himself Titanium Tim now.
Yeah, I thought he actually moved very, very well, all things considered, against John Lumley in the singles.
I have to agree with that. And then obviously Steve had surgery on his ankle in January, which it's not that long ago. Still, he's definitely wearing some sort of a Franken brace on his right ankle.
Yeah.
Looks like it might actually have some weight in it too. Looks very substantial.
Yeah, and it's obviously it affects the retrieval, but it also affects your offensive game. Like if you aren't perfectly balanced and you're going for these somewhat low percentage shots without your feet fully underneath you, then that's when you start missing. That's when you start missing targets.
Good insight. And then you were telling me about Connor Medlow's neck problems manifesting now in the shoulder, and
yeah, he's working hard to figure it out. He was talking to me yesterday about it. You'll see him kind of stretching almost like his right arm at the moment, which luckily isn't his playing arm, but it's kind of manifested this week in a right shoulder tightness knot style thing. But yeah, he's a very talented guy.
Janice is going to be working overtime.
That's right.
Tell her to get the tenderizing hammer out and just start going
Absolutely.
to town.
Need a TNR Theragun.
That's the way to do it. Chicago's up 2-love right now. Let's see if Tuxedo can get on the board.
Oops.
Oh no. Tim not smiling.
Go!
Say Tim is sort of an occasional smiler in any event, so maybe not too far off his normal self. Tim was telling me that COVID had some rough effects on his family. The kids just absolutely did not enjoy these shutdowns. There's Tim playing some of that
That's a good get.
non-standard doubles positioning.
Yep.
30-15.
I always go to second gallery on the main wall, don't you, Tony?
When I'm changing ends, yeah.
That's it.
But you'll see a lot. So as Leon serves this railroad, he knows he's kind of taken the galleries away from Connor, so he won't rush up. He'll stay back at 4 or 5 yards, and you can see him now that the ball's gone cross court. Now he'll go up.
Great cross court play there.
Yeah.
Steve Virgona,
Wow.
Get that?
honestly,
What a great get.
come on.
Yay!
What a great point. What a great get. What a great point. I honestly, Steve Virgona, absolutely no fear. I think his second home is the hazard side
That's a great shot.
at about first gallery.
Yeah.
That's not. He's beyond defending the tambour at that point.
Right. Okay, they're on the board.
That has to feel good.
Like Leon's getting a master lesson here.
Yep, maybe some of the employer-employee dynamic is coming in. Oh,
Oh, the unlucky.
Dino.
exhibiting a tad bit of frustration.
Last gallery.
We have
Yeah, so as Tim hits this serve, you'll kind of see him almost assessing how well he's hit it. If he thinks that he's forced Steve to hit a cut shot, he'll stay up and look for the volley. If he thinks that a force is on the table, you'll see him kind of drop back a little bit. So there it is.
Of course, Steve Virgona and Tim Chisholm, two of the heaviest hitters to have worked in our game.
Yeah, I was on the receiver's end of a lot of Virgona forces the other day. It wasn't particularly pleasant.
Yes, you still have a baby face, you know. No broken nose yet. We have seen some strong forcing out here. First day maybe. There was a hard force from Leon Smart right at James Asher. James was able to duck just about in time. Incredible get there. Nice shot, Leon.
40-30 and a chase.
What a, you know, I mean, it's obviously you have no time to think in a moment like that, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Sometimes I think crisp play is probably better because you don't have time to strategize. You know, you're just working from the muscle memory.
Yeah.
Score is 40-30. Receivers chase the last gallery.
So what do we think since both of you are here, and both have titles that allow you to guesstimate things like this, what do you think the next
Two games,
event
three.
will be here, if you were to prognosticate right now?
I think our next, if things are going according to plan in terms of low infection rates and things of that nature, or the government regulations are set in Boston to release at the end of August. And I think we're expecting to have
Tough force there.
yeah, some form of a tournament, I think primarily for members here at the TNR, all three sports. You know,
Oh,
sometime in the fall, and then I think our goal is to get back onto the rota of hosting professional and amateur tournaments, and perhaps the Sears Cup may be our first tournament back, or maybe one of the level tournaments I think would be scheduled coming up shortly in the fall. So I would cautiously optimistic, but I think by fall 2021 we are back to a regular schedule, and looking forward to seeing all the great regulars that we see during the course of the year and our visitors. So
That's great.
I will tell you that I've had many messages for people who are excited to get back together and to get back to socializing at the club.
Yes, I'd say there's going to be some chomping at the bit, especially after that somewhat controversial change in the CDC guidance yesterday. No politics on this broadcast, but
what are your views?
Suffice to say, there's going to be some conflict between the federal and state guidelines, at least in Massachusetts. This is an interesting dynamic. It seems like a flip-flop of the prior administration.
Yes. Well, we've been in fairly close contact with some of the regulating authorities here, and I had a very early phone call with the Boston Department of Health, and trying to explain to them what we actually had at the club, and whether there are, the regulations get very granular here in Boston, and there are regulations regarding lawn tennis, and having a conversation with someone in Boston City Hall about that we have a court tennis club, and whether or not those same regulations applied, and there was a lot of dead air space on the phone in trying to explain the games that we have here.
Yeah, this is not does not translate well to the uninitiated. Check in with the chat here. Philly29 says, "Come on, Chicago." That seems like a bit of an identity crisis itself there. But you know the way these court tennis folks move around from court tennis city to court tennis city. Michael Woods says, "Dodgson marking? Ridiculous." Cam wants to know where you're going for lunch. Thanks, Cam. Former world champion Camden Revere, looking to regain his title.
And get some lunch.
Yep.
And get some lunch.
Not going to look at that force.
Oh, great get.
Connor working the backcourt there. Excellent job. Ben Gatenbeek says, "Been watching all week as an Aussie in the UK. Does that count?" Absolutely. I would say that does count. Fantastic. Good on you, mate. Luis Santiago says, "Members bar."
Yes.
Yes. Excellent. Feel free to pop into the chat. Looks like, we just had an uptick of 2 viewers there. We're up to 39.
Very good.
I think the weekend we'll have some more folks. Everybody's probably still working from home, trying to keep their kids from killing each other. So, what have your? Well, we're up to 4-2 here. We'll see if.
40-15 to the receivers. Chase the first gathering.
Yeah, good chance for Tuxedo to bring it back to 3-4 here.
Absolutely.
You're going to see a
First gallery chase. Lots of room to work.
Yeah, this won't be subtle from Tim.
Nope. Oh, good save there. Oh, no. Looks like Steve's ankle's holding up pretty well there. It's a good charge forward there.
It's a yard worse than the last.
I love the look of that serve, especially from a lefty. But if you don't get that ball deep enough, you are going to eat it.
Yeah, I think, and the idea is to get Tim kind of moving around a little bit, because he'll also do the more classic kind of demi-piqué where it barely misses the penthouse as well from the same position. So I think he's just looking to get an off-balance strike from Tim, but definitely didn't get one there.
Yeah, maybe you can explain for the viewers, Tony. Obviously in lawn tennis you see so many aces on the serve. I mean, certainly not a majority of serves, but it's a pretty regular thing to see aces. You rarely see that in this game. Without acing as a goal at the pro level, what are the pros trying to do when they serve?
I mean, that was an unbelievably good serve there, but you're trying to kind of contain the guy and control what their first response is going to be, what their return is going to be. If you hit a loose serve, you're having to cover every inch of that court. If you can hit a tight serve, you can narrow that down to one corner, one area. You know that you're going to get a force. You know that you're going to get a cut shot depending on the serve. So you can then anticipate with more certainty. But yeah, you're right. I mean, with the ball coming off an elevated surface, it's rare to get a clean ace at this level.
I mean, the one exception I would say that we have seen a few times here, and certainly I've watched the World Doubles 2019 in Hobart a number of times. If anybody wants to see just an excellent video production, that's a great model. Of course, they had a professional crew do that. No offense to King of all media and chief videographer in charge of video, Ryan Carey. The high sidewall serves in Hobart were just some of them were just absolutely brutal. I mean, when you stop Rob Fahey on a serve dead in his tracks with no attempt at a return, that's something.
Better than 2 yards.
It's amazing in doubles to see a cut volley to a chase with so much more court coverage from the players, but every once in a while you see one just bang, right in there.
I mean, Connor was very aware that Leon was up the court looking for that volley, so he will intentionally work that ball kind of more into the main wall and get it around him a little bit.
15 love servers, chase the door.
I think we're a bit more evened up now.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Really anybody's match.
30 love second chase, better
There we
than
go.
2 yards.
We like to see some smiles out there once in a while. Competition is so intense.
40 love.
I really did wonder once in a while about, what standard of play are we going to see after such a peculiar break and everybody's varying, levels of being able to stay in the game, and I'm very impressed so far. I am just amazed at some of the retrieval skills of these fellas.
Yeah, I can say from a personal standpoint, having this on the calendar was very, very helpful in terms of staying motivated to practice and train and get in the gym and do all that good stuff.
Yeah, I've heard that from almost every pro, that this was really a goal for everyone, and that's why, I think we've said this many times, but Tony, this has just been a great tournament and a great idea. I would say on a 6 or 7 times a week, Tony emails me with some crazy idea, and he texted me pretty early on in the pandemic. Almost got that one. Pretty early on in the pandemic with the idea to host this sort of tournament, and my immediate response was, that is a crazy idea. There's absolutely no shot at doing that.
Yes.
So, and I think that was my response. I said, great idea, no shot at executing. And he said, that's fine. And then he texted me the next week, and he said, I've been thinking about it. I think we can make this happen. I said, that is, I just don't think we have any shot at this actually happening. And then he waited the next week and texted me again, and I said, well, put together a plan and we'll see if we can work it out. And it's been, I think, really great. But I've heard the same thing from every pro here, that this was really a motivating factor for them to train and stick to it. So it's been great.
Yeah, tell us about the accommodation this week, Tony. I know that I heard that the players are staying at a hotel owned by a member. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah, the Charles Mark Hotel, which is a very short walk down the street on Boylston Street in Back Bay. Mark Hagopian is the member, and he very kindly cut us a very good deal for a block of rooms for all of the players to stay in. Ooh, that's a good serve.
Ooh. Well, thank you to Mark Hagopian then.
Absolutely.
4 games to 5.
Yeah, this is a tight match.
4 games to 5. Oh. Who's going to take that?
That's a great shot.
Oh my gosh, come on. Oh no. Tim was really working the knees there. That main wall timbre that rolls around the forehand corner on the hazard side, I have to say, I think I've probably hit about half a dozen returns of those in my whole playing career. I just cannot ever seem to get in the right spot to get that ball over. These guys just look at that like it's just an average shot for them. The reaction time is just so incredible.
Yeah, we're lucky on this court because it does actually tend to come around. The most frustrating one is when you let that go through and then it goes sidewall and flush along the back wall.
Yes.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, that's. Oh.
That's your.
Yeah, if you hit sort of a little inside out, high up this wall into the tambour, you can get it to sort of settle right back there in the in the corner. Looks like Tuxedo could even it up. Oh. Interesting return. Sometimes that was tough. Sometimes I get the impression that every once in a while one of these fellas will hit a shot to just slow the gameplay down just a bit. You could hit something a little bit more aggressive, but instead, a little bit of a lob over to maybe help the team sort of get back into position. Is this just amateur analysis here? What do you think, Tony?
No, and it's even more prevalent in singles. If you can retrieve and in a lot of cases actually take the pace off it, it gives you an extra breath of time to recover and get your feet underneath you for the next one. Sometimes actually hitting out of certain positions is going to leave you stranded in a corner. So unless that ball turns into a winner, you're going to be in trouble for the next one.
I mean, obviously, this game is absolutely brutal to play on the body. You have a concrete floor. You have,
40-30, receivers lead. Chase better than 1 yard.
you have the rule of continuous play. That has been relaxed a bit informally since. There we go, tied up, 5-all.
Game. Score is 5, game's all.
Just a reminder, this is an 8-game pro set, so we are closing in on the end.
15 love.
Good teamwork there.
True.
I noticed that
20 love.
at the pro level, the player who covers the backhand corner on the server side often will take those hard balls that go into the main wall in the back. There's so much energy on that ball; it comes right over to that side of the court.
Yeah.
Certainly, Cam and Tim. That's a typical feature of their doubles play.
Yeah, kind of orthodox doubles. You should have the guy playing the main wall side. They should be covering the main wall dead on, and then anything that doesn't go main wall dead on, it should be the other guy looking to come across and cover that.
Yep.
It's when one guy doesn't stick to that game plan that you get two guys kind of cuddling in the middle of the court.
Oh my.
30, 40.
Tuxedo looking to take the lead right now. Well, we knew that Tim was not going to
Tuxedo leads 6 games.
push it gingerly into the corner on that shot.
Yeah. It's been interesting to see the Chisholm effect on Leon's game, actually. I can see some...
What do you see, Tony?
He's definitely trying to add a little extra pace to the cut volley.
Leon is.
Leon is.
Well, that is Tim's preferred
pace.
service return, I'd say.
A little bit more forcing.
Either that or the face force.
Yeah, right.
Hmm. 15 all.
This might be our closest doubles match so far. Over. Oof.
30, 15.
Yep. Remind us the rule on that, Tony.
It's my favorite rule in court tennis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not an easy one the first time it happens to you when you don't know the rule. Everybody just looks at each other like, oh.
Yeah, so that was the server's point because the ball never struck the floor on this side. If that ball happens to hit the net on the server side and then plop down, then that would be chase the line. But that
30 all.
in that instance where it just cleared over the top. That was the server's point.
Right. I forget the terminology, but I believe the ball has to fall
That's right.
in order to give the player on that side of the net the opportunity to hit it. Otherwise, oh my lord! Otherwise, I'm sure you'd see some very pernicious effects, driving balls into the wall above the date on.
Yeah.
That's a big.
Juice.
That's a big hazard chase response from the receivers. From some of the amateurs, they like to just whale it into that wall.
Just line. Juice.
Reminder: we play only one deuce in National League this year.
Takes the hazard.
Sorry. Thank you.
It's a funky thing about court tennis. Theoretically, one player could serve an entire match, and also theoretically, the match could go on into infinity. There's no end to the
First juice.
to the deuces.
First chase is the line.
No tiebreakers at all. I guess there was an attempt.
Oh!
There was an attempt at a tiebreaker, wasn't there?
I'm not sure. Actually.
In the past, I think one of the Van Allens tried to do it, because I know that I believe it was around the same time as
Advantage
the
servers, second chase, hazard better than one.
tiebreaker concept was introduced to lawn tennis.
Yeah, I know they created it for the Van Allens created it for lawn tennis.
Something else right there.
Game.
Oh, I see.
7 games to 5.
I see some Tim smiles, smirks. He's happy he's 4 points away from winning this match.
Ooh.
Better than 5. No strokes.
I would love to be a fly on the wall on the day down to hear these coaching tips from Tim DeLeon. Oh, almost winning gallery. That was very much a getting the net cord involved.
Team up.
Continuous play.
Big serve.
Unbelievable serving.
Dirty love.
After all that talk about no aces in this game, happy to be proven wrong. Ho ho ho! And that's the end. Oh no! Sorry. Somebody replace me.
Just place the commentator's curse.
That's right. Apologies to Chicago. Chase better than 5. I'm sure they're going to make Tuxedo earn this.
Score is 40 love receivers, chase better than 5 yards. Oh. Game and match.
That's tough.
Very good.
All right. So Tuxedo takes it 8-5. This has been
Thank you.
it's been a great match. Coming up next, we have Tim Chisholm from Tuxedo versus Steve Virgona of Chicago in the singles. This has been Ken Fortin, your commentator, with special guest Matt Mitchell, president of the Tennis and Racket Club, and Tony Hollins, the genius behind this event, and head pro also at the TNR. Thanks very much. We'll take a break and see you back at the #1 singles.